Saves a lot on the cover because she basically recycles.
She recycles some horny drawings.
The material she writes too is recycled.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or for the very first time.
Yes. And not for the first time, Cerny. We're going on doing we're just catching up like we do every week. And before we know it, we've done half a podcast.
Halfway through half a pod already in the book.
Let's put the brakes on this. Let's fire up all the recording devices or recording things and get going. So, the topic of discussion was something that I had actually been heavily targeted on the YouTubes by. Did you ever notice getting targeted by this particular brand on YouTube, Cerny?
I did. Mine was on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
That's where I got targeted.
And so what we're talking about is specifically, what's the brand? Uni Pizza Ovens, tabletop, outdoor, 12-inch pizza oven.
Desktop if you want to die from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, that would probably... You're just in your kitchen, you're like... just smoking wood-fired pizzas.
900 degrees.
Setting your cabinets on fire. So make your own DIY wood-fired pizzas. Or fired pizzas.
Fired pizzas. So they're I was targeted, and so our guest. Well, he's hard to get guest.
He's a tough booking. He is a tough booking.
Joe, he's getting married this year.
Suckers Club.
So, my wife and I were talking, and because it's Joe. He's the last of the
boys. He's the last of the guys.
And he's always there, like we always talk about.
He is
Joe,
a great friend.
If you need something, he'll help you out. No questions asked, and he'll never ask anything in return. So you know what? We decided, well, let's get Joe a nice gift, and we got him one of the Ooni pizza ovens.
What an amazing wedding gift. And Cerny, we know Joe. He's going to be so stoked on it, and he'll use the shit out of it. So it's like You just know it's going to go a long way. It feels good giving. It feels good receiving.
Yes. Now, this good deed didn't go. I had to
unrewarded.
Cash this good deed too. Unrewarded.
Okay.
I had to make that a double. We had to make sure that Joe's gift was going to be good. So I had to test it out myself,
as any good friend would do. And
didn't want to get him a lemon.
It was only a week ago that Cerny's telling me the story that they got these ovens, and I said, you know what? I think I've been seeing these on YouTube, and it was one of those things that I saw. I'm like, I would buy this because it's really cool, and I feel like I would use it, and then I was like, I don't need this. I'm like, I close out, when you open tabs and you start researching shit, I'm like, get out of this. You're in like the stop, X out, close out all the tabs. And so my wife came up it's been a week or two had passed. And she goes, I have an idea for Father's Day for you, but I don't know the right one to get. So I kind of want to run it by you so you could kind of pick. And I'm like, okay, cool. Sounds good. So she says there's these really cool wood burning pizzas that are portable. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because Cerny just got this and so we all now are getting the same pizza oven.
And Chip had a good idea. He said, we'll have a pizza off.
Always it has to be a competition, I guess. But I know you and Joe are game always. And
yeah,
for a nice,
fun.
Friendly.
And we're eating pizza.
Yeah.
Now,
losers' dicks out for the rest of the barbecue, but it's a good time.
That's
all
okay.
around.
That's okay.
And like I said, it's a win all around.
So we got the pizza ovens. We ordered them. We got them in this last Thursday, I think it was. At the time of recording. So Stacy had a bridal shower.
Joe's partner wife.
Joe's. So then we sent over the gift, because my wife attended, obviously.
Yeah.
So that went over, but I kept mine, set it up. So that Joe wanted to check it out, see how it works.
And also Joe, maybe unbeknownst to the chipmunks and the Cerny sluts, Joe has spent some time behind the peel.
He has, yes.
Few
years.
Yeah, a few years. If you're a Northern California listener, at Original Pete's on Junction and Foothills.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Wow.
Yep.
Where did that? I can't. Well, I've lived in Roseville for 20 something years, so I should be able to pry those streets out of my head somewhere. But Joe would. I remember going in because it was always, you would go in, get a pitcher of beer, and you'd sit in the bar and see Joe throwing big fucking pizzas.
Yeah,
up in the
he
air,
could spin the dough
off
on his finger. He was good.
And that's the way the restaurant was set up. It was cool because you could kind of see and talk to people. So I think Joe, it kind of did suit him because he was Joe's not an attention person, but he was in the mix for all the attention on where everything was going.
Yeah, he was. It was almost like the assembly line. If you sat at the bar, was right there. You can just chit chat with the cook and everything.
And then all your friends that worked there.
He had the good spin going. Remember, he had the good spin going on his finger.
And he made a great pie. I mean, I've probably had many a Joe pie before. Cream pie.
The famous.
Apple. I should have kept the pies going, but too long of a pregnant pause. Pregnant pause.
That was the famous Slarges.
Oh, that's right. Oh man, I forgot. Right, so you would go in and whatever pizza you wanted, the buffalo didn't have a good buffalo chicken. I remember.
Yeah. We had a few that we used.
So you would just be like, the waitress would come by, they always would hire the hottest 16 to 18-year-old females from the high school that they could. That was just their waitresses.
Yeah, that was their.
And then some of the third string JV football players would kind of work around there too. So Joe would just be like, we'd order a small pizza. Me and Cerny are going to split a small. And by the time that thing came out of the oven, it multiplied.
It grew. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. And our beer just kept getting refilled. So it was a great place to hang out. That was a great place to hang out. It was $15 check between me and you.
Yeah.
Dutch.
Hey, we're going to split a small.
We're going to split a personal.
We always get the weird face, like what?
Two 17-year-old starving looking young men, strapping young men. Wait, we wouldn't have been 17.
All day I'm starving.
We would have been 20, 21 or something.
Yeah.
At the point that we were trying to make, Joe's made a few pizzas in his life, as has Cerny.
But Joe's got a few under a belt.
He's got a few hundred on you, probably. I wonder how many.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Now this, when we fired up yesterday, it was a little bit of a learning curve.
Okay. Now as I've matured in my mid 30s, I'm going to take a couple notes from you, Cern. So I might just, ask some exploratory questions so I can avoid the same mistakes that you've made. So proceed. So you got the wood pellet one.
Yeah, we got the wood pellet one. Light it up in the back. Now we put it on, because I have a little thermometer laser gun. Usually they use it for AC units and stuff. If you want to see if any cold air is coming out of your vents and stuff. So,
I would just be. Do you just take the temperature of everything when you have that?
Oh,
you're what size? Boop, what size chest? What's my dick? Boop.
No, yeah, I shot Robin. I said, "Oh." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Your left boob is 1 degree hotter than your right boob." She's like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Oh,
nice."
I think I was shooting Joe's dick. I was shooting everybody.
Man, that thing is really focused, huh? Pinpoint accuracy.
So I was horsing around before I shot the pizza oven, but the pizza oven. So we let it get to the stone. It was probably like 450, I think, if I can think about it. And Joe's like, I think we should put it on. I was like, all right, so we put it on. Now later on we watched some videos and we got to let that thing get ripping like 900, and then you throw it on. Because the problem is that the base wasn't hot enough. So when you put the pizza on, because the dough's cooler, it cooled stone. So, but the top was still getting hot.
It's not cooking at the same speed.
No, it was uneven cooking. So the top was cooking, but the bottom wasn't. So the bottom was like you get like a dough. You're eating dough still. Nice crispy on the top and then nice dough on the bottom.
Well, it's a learning curve.
We didn't roll it out thin enough either. Joe,
do you have a good thing, or it's you kind of toss and stretch?
That was brought out. Now we also Joe pointed out. He said to leave the dough like put away and make it, and then put it in the oven. Otherwise, it'll start to proof.
Ah,
and he was right because there was a thin one. It was thin, and then because it was cooking so slow, and also it sat out for a little bit, and it proofed like it was poofy. Thick. Yeah,
gotcha. Okay,
so let it get hot. So basically, let it get hot. Put your pizza in. Then you kind of want to maintain it, rotate it and stuff as it goes through. Pull it out. Close the door again with no pizza. Let it get hot again while you're making your other pizza to put it in.
Oh, let the temperature come back up.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. And then what's your? Do you have like a go-to margarita, or what's your sort of pizza that's your go-to?
Mine is cheese I put a little bit of, I had some jalapeno cheese, grated it on there.
Ooh. A little spicy.
Put a little mozzarella on there too.
And then this gets a pepperoni. Nice burnt, crispy.
Oh, the pepperonis were nice and crispy.
Ooh.
Some artichoke hearts, those are nice and crispy.
Wow.
Pepperoncinis, those look pretty good too. And the top looked great.
It would have looked good on Instagram, Cerny. Probably from the top down. Yeah, it would have killed it. And then you pick it
no
up.
Filter.
And it's like, wah, wah.
No filter. Don't look at the bottom.
No hashtag no filter, no bottom. Not an ad. Story of our life. And the nice thing about the personal, or the 12-inch size or whatever, is everyone gets their own. So there's no, I don't want this and I can't eat this. And you do. How long is it in the oven for? Just like a couple minutes?
It's really so. When I was reading, so it was a little bit longer than when we had it there. But I think it's only for a few minutes. It's like you got 20 seconds, spin it a little bit, 20 seconds, kind of spin it because it's like 900. So it's cooking. And Joe said if it's thin, you're good. It'll cook real quick.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. And then is there any? It looks like I was watching all the videos on it. It's super compact. You can just pack everything inside of it.
Yeah.
After?
Now I wonder,
gotta let
Stacy brought up a good point. Making it mobile. How long does it need to cool off? Put it away in my bag.
Yeah,
I was like, that's a good. I didn't even think about that.
Take it to the beach. You're like, all right, we had pizzas. Let's go. 900-degree fucking pizza stone. You just grab on.
Waiting for high tide to come in and cool that baby off.
You're pouring. Yeah, that is a good point about that. Now I need to get some of these pellets, huh? Can I just go to Ace and get some of those?
Yeah, I just get the oak pellets. Oak? Green Acres, Lowe's, yeah.
Okay.
I use something else, but they prefer oak, so I think it's a little bit longer of a burn.
Okay.
Probably maybe like the taste.
And I know you can do. I mean, that shit's hot as. You could do some breads in there. Did they kind of give you what else? Some naan?
So I saw. Actually, I didn't even think about this. I saw this guy. It was on the Ooni site. He paid tribute to San Francisco, and he made a cioppino style pizza, which I love cioppino.
Ooh.
That is
that
is a weakness of mine. So he cooked his fish in a cast iron pot, like a pan. He put it in the pizza oven, closed it, cooked it, pulled it out, and then put it on his pizza. I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't think about that. Oh, my
God. That's because if you had a little 10-inch skillet, you'd be good.
Yeah. Actually, I have one. I have a little mini one. I found it somewhere. I was like, oh.
I also just obtained, I've been into cast iron or, enjoying cooking with it a little bit. and I got
Yes.
a little 10, not a little, I got a 10-inch one. It's more, more of a daily driver. The 12-inch is a two-hand kind of beast. And
Yeah.
You got to like, and it's like, it's not light. It requires two hands to move that thing around.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit of,
I just had to shame one of the kids today about because
uh-oh.
they soap and watered it. I said, "Oh no, okay. Oh, maybe you weren't told." Like, no, what happened? I said, "Just for the cast iron, water, please, and then just give it back to me, and I'm gonna put a little oil on there. But it's gonna look dirty." I said, "That's what I want."
Exactly. I want all them flavors locked in. I want all those flavors locked in. So you can do, and you could probably do some make your own tortillas.
Oh yeah, I want to do the
the
Joshua Weissman pitas, like because he made the Euros.
Oh yes, that's a good call right there.
And he made the pita. He put it on a pizza stone in his oven. He said, get it screaming hot. I was like,
yeah,
well,
I got something for you if you want ripping hot.
Yeah, screaming hot. I got it right here. Get a 900, baby.
So maybe I might try to make some of those. I'm excited for this thing. It takes how long? It takes a little. So you just put all the pellets in, you torch it up, keep it locked.
I want to say about 15 minutes.
Okay.
If I let it go about 15 minutes, close the door, just let it go, and get it going. And then there's two pipes. So there's one pipe is for air, and the back pipe is you just open it up and you pour more pellets in as you need, as it'll keep the fire going.
Oh, okay, it's good to know.
So I think this.
Well, I better. And already my wife is forwarding me Instagram, just pizza and they're like, I'm like, who is this person? I look, they're like, Ooni ambassador, Ooni Pizza.
Yeah,
ambassador.
like it's just like one guy's like the Filipino guy. He's like, "Hi, from Sacramento, California, and I'm gonna pay tribute." I was like, "Oh wow, oh okay." So just random people like, "Hey."
And his Instagram feed is like all these bomb looking pizzas.
Oh yeah, I was looking. I was like, "Oh shit." Some guys like, "Here's how to make your starter dough," shit like that.
That's what I need. That's what we need to get on Cern.
Yeah.
What I think if you get a nice little like sourdough, that'd be where it's at right there.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife. She's like, "I want to do the sourdough." I was like, "Yeah, me too."
Okay.
Kids, who knows?
Do you think they would? So with the kids, do you try to just see if it?
I try to
see what happens.
Just sneak one by them.
Yeah.
But it's always baffles me, like, the kids that can never find a fucking thing in front of their face when you ask for it, dude. Like a green speck, like inside the pinpoint accuracy. I'm like, what the hell?
It is, and it's always the green stuff that really you would think it's like glowing like nuclear, because the way it sticks out to them is just so offensive. It's just so offensive to them.
Or their ability to spot onions is uncanny.
I guess if it's like the worst thing in the world too, I guess I don't know. Now I sent you this smart. Speaking of kids, is that daughter's 5.5, almost 6. We're the nonstop fucking questions, and it's just like, now that we're driving places more, we're getting the how much longer, and it's like, and I'm okay. Like I feel like I'm pretty patient with this stuff. But after, like when we were headed up to your house, 2 hours drive.
Oh yeah, that great.
Every 5 minutes, a man can only take so much.
Yep.
So
I feel bad. I do that too. Like, so I work from home.
Yeah.
So when I'm like working, it's getting a little intense, and he'll like come in and be like, ask me a question about
just a random
something.
Shit.
Yeah, just something random, and I'll answer it. And they're like, but what if? Like, then we start the what if train.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I would love. I can't do this right now. He's like, okay. Oh, he says that.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, but it's like I can't.
They just don't get. They don't see it, and then the questions, and they're not. You can't anticipate them. You don't see it coming because it's such an off the wall tangent that it's only a kid can think about. So there's a certain bit as a parent you just put up with it. And I kind of, it's entertaining to me. Like when we're driving and she's like, well, why does that car red? And this one, is that a bird? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, like, It's
I think
interesting.
it's more
to follow
fun
it all-
like
yeah.
when like I sit there and try to like play a chess game, like try to blow their mind with some crazy ass,
Yep.
fantastical.
They're just
But what if they dug into the ground so far that they found a live Tyrannosaurus Rex just living? They're like,
that
well,
could
that would be awesome. What would they do with it? And then I'm like, damn, bit me in the ass.
Well, we were at the park the other day, and you know some of these 6 to 8 year olds are a little over they're extroverts, obviously, and they
Yes.
come up to you and they're like, "Hi, I'm Sam, and who are you?" I'm like, "I'm Chip. I'm that girl's dad right there." Oh, and then they start asking the questions, and I'm like, "Whoa, Sam."
No.
Guess what? I don't feel questions from other people's kids. That's their parents' job.
Yeah.
I barely can hang on with my own kid. So you just got to take this shit elsewhere, kid. I don't know what to tell you.
Don't make me give an answer that's going to make your parents mad.
Are you religious? Oh, okay. You better really
Okay.
leave then. There's going to be some problems here, Sam. Son of Sam? Your dad's name is Sam. Oh.
Leibowitz or whatever his name was? No,
Oh,
that's,
was that?
that
was
was-
the strang. Wait, who was the strangler? Or am I talking about a? I'm making a. Am I
no,
confusing?
the Son of Sam
Seinfeld
was some guy. I forget his name. I get that a lot. Like for some reason, the kids love to come. There used to be this kid down the street. There was three of them. They're all brothers. And one kid, he maybe was like 3, and he would come rolling up on a scooter. He'd be like, "Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel character," and I was like, "That's cool."
Yeah.
You see my Spider-Man helmet? I said, "I do." My favorite helmet? I said, "I'd assume." And he'll sit there and he'll go, "Do you like Spider-Man?" And I'll say, "Yeah." And then Jeffrey will come up like, "Dad, I thought you hated Spider-Man." I was like, "Damn it."
They're always blowing your spot up.
I know.
They're always blowing your spot up, these kids. I don't know what the deal is with it.
You know what? I get a lot too. So this is way back before we had a pool and stuff. So we'd go swimming at the
Oh, yeah, at the community, at the
community center. I used to get like, it was once a week. So I got like one time we were swimming and this kid was like jumped on my back. It was like riding me like I was like his personal whale at SeaWorld.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, this kid, he's like, "Hi." I was like, "How are you doing?" He's like,
Oh,
"Good." And I was like,
what do
"Can I
you
help you?" He's like, "No, I want to ride on you." I was like,
boundaries?
okay. So I was kind of like, but I was playing with Jeffrey too, because Jeffrey was still like in the
Right. You can't let them.
the swims. The swim,
the
like
floaties.
the floaties. I was like, okay, and like this kid was on me, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't want to go to the middle of the pool." I was like, "Yeah, you better hop off, buddy." He's like, "But I can't swim." I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "What's your parents?" "Oh, my mom's over there reading a book." I was like, "Do you have another parent or sibling?" "Yeah, I have a brother." I was like, "Oh, where is he?" "Oh, the kid that's even smaller than you in the shallow end." I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Okay, here." And then I was like, I felt like responsible. Like, fuck, if I let this kid go, he's going to drown. I was like, what the hell? And it was like every week, it was something like that. It was like this kid was like, we were playing and something, and he's like, throws me the ball. And I was like, "Oh, here's your ball back." And he throws it back. I was like, "Oh, we're playing catch, I guess."
Hey, I didn't bring my mitt. I didn't bring my gloves, so this isn't a thing we're gonna do.
Oh, we're playing that. We're catch now, huh? Okay.
We're playing. I get that at and the pool's a weird one too. Or they're like, throw me, and I'm like, touching other people's kids. I just don't want to ever give a parent
my luck
who
is
looks
I would,
over
like,
like a
throw
weird
them.
thing of like, why is this person? Because I wouldn't want that to happen to me. So I'm like, I don't throw other kids. I don't pick you up. If you're gonna fall, I'll save you. I'll catch you.
If you're drowning, I'll attempt to save your life. But
I'm not gonna. I don't touch other kids.
it was just weird. The kid just hopped on my back, and I was like, I thought it was one of the other kids, and I turned around, I was like, "Hello."
And he's just like riding on. He just like latched on, like
Yeah,
like
he
a
latched on,
Schmeagle.
like around my arms around my neck, like hanging on. I thought it was. I was like, because like the weight was off. I was like,
Yeah, you're like, I don't have a kid that weighs 37
really
pounds.
light. Yeah, I looked around. I was like, oh, hello. He's like, hi. And I thought maybe it was like, he's like mistaken identity. Like maybe his dad was in the pool, and he's like, I said, yes, I'm gonna ride you. I was like, okay, huh? And then I was like, I don't want to go to the deep end. I was like,
he didn't have floaties on or anything.
No, he was just. That's why. And he's like, I can't swim. I was like, wait a minute, where's your parents?
Oh my gosh,
my mom's over there. She's like reading like a Danielle Steele book. I think is what it was. If I remember correctly, I was like, I think it's what it was. If I remember looking at it, what the
she's got to be. How much money is that Danielle Steele worth?
It stuck out in my when I was looking at it, stuck out in my head where I was like, why the hell are you reading that?
Because they all have the same covers. The shiny gold embossed.
Gold, yeah.
Yes.
I remember because my mom used to read them, so it stuck. I was like, I know this. It's like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my God. It was interesting. I was like, do I report this lady to CPS or? Just two kids. She took 2 kids down to the pool that can't swim and does not supervising.
Wow. Yeah, that's poor. That's poor form. Well, do you want a little tangent on Danielle Steele, Cerny?
Oh, of course, I'm down for a tangent always.
How many times would you think she's married? She's been married.
3.
5.
Oh.
She's 73. She lives in New York. Allegedly, her net worth is somewhere in the $400 million mark. I mean, she writes a lot of fucking books, though.
She does. Saves a lot on the cover because she basically recycles.
She recycles some horny drawings.
The material she writes too is recycled.
Oh, you know where the money comes from? She's had 25 of her books be made into movies.
Oh,
so she just sells
movie network.
She just sells
a Lifetime.
And
maybe that's our new venture, Chip.
Oh,
we'll just create a story and we'll sell it to Lifetime.
It'd be easy. She's written over 185 books,
wow,
including 141 novels. Was that like some subtle flex or something? Like, oh, other people just write books and she's a novelist?
All right, novels and books. Bitches.
Her books have been translated to 40 languages and can be found in 69 countries. Nice.
She did that on purpose.
That a girl.
Like, we're at 68 countries. Find me one more.
Nope. We're going to cease production. We're going to cease distribution. We're going to keep it locked at 69, please. I think
this market's gonna be huge. Nope. Then we gotta drop out. Where's our lowest market? Drop out. Pull out.
Oh yeah, always
pull out.
Yeah, her 4th marriage. So her most recent marriage looks like. Oh no, she's currently divorced right now.
She's 73 now.
She's 73 now, so I guess she's not trying to get back. Yeah, I don't really know what. Wow, she has a house. Oh my gosh, I've walked by her house in San Francisco many times. 55 bedrooms, 55 room house in San Francisco.
Oh, it's like the Winchester Mansion.
Wow. Holy smokes. Oh, she has her own perfume and everything. Okay. Well, I've learned all I need to learn about Danielle Steele.
Next time it comes up with trivia,
we're gonna. How many bedrooms does Danielle Steele have in her house?
55.
Market fucking 55. How many countries is she distributed in? 69.
69.
There you go. 5 husbands. It's locked and loaded. Now, Cerny. Last topic of discussion. We can't go. Are you hearing all this spin rate stuff about the baseball?
I am.
We need to talk about this because surprisingly it hasn't come up in the group chat, which I'm a little bit I feel like I've been trying to kick around some articles, but I know half the chat doesn't enjoy reading too much, so I should make a meme or something for them. But what's happening?
We'll get blasted about this.
That we're going to catch some heat for that comment, Chip. Nice job. So anyway, it's for eons, hitters have been able to use pine tar and glue sticks and sex wax and surfboard wax and any fucking thing to get grip, batting gloves. And now pitchers have taken to, I guess, sort of the read that I get from it is that the sunscreen and pine tar combination was sort of like everyone was kind of generally okay with that happening. Unless you were being really over the top, like, who is that dude, the Yankees, that had just like a huge
with
streak on his neck? And the umpire's like, what the fuck are you doing? I got to do something. You're so egregious with this.
Yeah.
So Trevor Bauer of the Dodgers now has been I would say, an outspoken critic of said spin rate, solutions, I guess. Would you say that's an accurate statement?
He was calling out the
Garrett
Cole, his old UCLA rival.
Uh-oh.
They were in the same team, but they were rivals.
I could see those two not. One is like
way in left field. I saw the article. They said they're just two different.
They're just two different people, completely the opposites.
So I saw him call him out, and there's some sort of solution. I think, what was it? The Angels had somebody in their
that would
clubhouse that would
make it
and sell it. Yeah, it was like they make it put it in like a soda can. I think, if I remember correctly.
The Angels had a lot of things going on because they were also dealing that whatever narcotics that one guy OD'd on.
Tyler Skaggs or
horrible. And then I also read in this article that basically in 2020, when these pitchers weren't doing anything, they just had unlimited hours to spend throwing bullpens, testing out different concoctions and like getting certain waxes and mixing stuff. And now they said the spin rate year over year increase is like crazy RPMs higher.
Yeah. Remember, I want to say it's like 2007. Can't remember off the top of my head, but remember with the Kenny Rogers, the pitcher for the Tigers. His last name is Rogers. We always called him the gambler. He had the fucking looked like the pine tar on his when it was snowing.
Yes,
he had it on his palm of his hand. Huge controversy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Was he? Oh man, why are we spacing on that? What's his last name? Kenny Rogers. So anyway, they're saying one team in particular has had the largest jump of spin rate year over year. That team, the Dodgers.
Kenny Rogers. Yep.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh yes, and I saw something where they were talking about what's his name. Bauer was outspoken against this.
Yes. But
then he had said, I'm going to make a business decision. And they said right after he tweeted that, he said, I guess his spin rate went up exponentially.
Yep. I mean, he basically is clowning the MLB saying, you guys are either going to bust me and I'm going to tell everyone I'm doing this, which he pretty much did, or you guys are going to pop me, but you guys got to pop everybody else, including allegedly, Garrett Cole, Scherzer.
Yeah, he was on the list.
There's a lot of people on that list that are like, they're nasty pitchers, but they got really nasty in the last, and everyone's throwing harder because basically what I read that it does is that it makes the ball, you just can throw it as hard as you can every time. You don't have to worry about losing control. You just have unlimited grip on it.
I think that was always the argument to have a little bit of pine tar. Like, well, do you want me to not have control of the ball?
Right. But the balls are super slick.
Yeah. Now the spin rates and stuff. I think if we start affecting that,
Yeah, I think they got to come in and kind of regulate, or they just give.
Because it's like the pine tar. You can have the pine tar, on the bat handle, but you can't go up. Just ask.
That's true.
George Brett. Goes too far up, your ass is out. Yeah, so
that was. Remember how bad he flipped when he got tossed for that? He went berserk. He fucking lost it.
Yeah, he's gonna kill that guy.
He was gonna kill the op, dude. He was.
I think I did get reversed back to arm run, but not. But after a few days later on appeal or whatever it was, but not in the moment. No. But yeah, so I think that's the thing. If it's because now we're going into the substance giving you the advantage.
Yes. I don't. Do you think? Right. I don't think it's fair to say that there's any like, oh, if you put pine tar on your bat, you're getting 3.7 miles per hour exit velocity added to your hit. Like, I don't think that's not happening, right? So that's kind of the hitter equivalent of what's happening on the pitcher side. Of you basically your sinker sinks more. Your slider slides more, drops more. Your fastball has more movement. Everything's just nastier. And like what they say, the league batting average is like 238 or something.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's the worst that it's been. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's not very. But
I think some of that might be coupled with the hitting style with the launch angles. You know, there's a huge hole.
And hey, hitters might be a little bit rusty. You know, I know they had a year off. But when you're playing at the fucking cream of the crop top tier level, you need as many ABs. Yeah, a year's a long fucking time to be out of the game. And so I think it is a combination of these things, but I do feel I am seeing in general more nasty pitches that I'm like, oh my God, how did that even happen? Like,
I know, I was like, it's like 100 miles an hour and it cuts back arm side. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen?
Defies physics. How is this even happening? So, so who was the pitcher? Was it on the White Sox or the Angels that they basically like zoomed in on his glove and he just had a big black spot and he was like,
oh, I think it was the Angels.
It
was like right in he had the red glove, right? Like, oh,
just
black spot on the red glove. Not really. It doesn't really
and it was
like
the opposing team's like announcer booth.
I think the White Sox were dying.
Oh, the White Sox, yeah.
Because he was when they touch it, they consistently touch that spot.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, there you go.
And then he went and he like flicked the ball up.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh God, this dude sunk.
Come on, dude.
So they MLB came out and said any foreign substance you're suspended. What, like 7 games, 10 games? That's a couple starts for a pitcher, right? That's 2 starts.
2 starts at least.
All of a sudden, the next game that Garrett Cole pitches, he gets tagged.
Yeah, it's shelled. Yeah, it was like 5 runs or something.
So,
and Bauer ain't throwing so hot either.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see.
So
what
I think the MLB, it's probably also in the best interest of the MLB to crack down on that because people want to see the homers and the not a strikeout fest.
But this is sort of the how baseball cycles, right? We just had not just a decade ago we had the home run bash where pitchers couldn't keep their ERA under fucking 5 to save their life.
Oh no.
Now that has ebbed and flowed back to being a more of a pitcher dominant thing now, and then it's going to go back to the hit. I mean, it's just it's how things go. I do think the MLB needs to step in and do something. I don't know. What do you do? Just send the umpire out to check the glove?
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing.
And it's like, hey, we're going to check the glove.
Hat, belt buckle, whatever.
We're just going to give you a little look-ski.
Yep.
When you come out.
I think that's what it is. And I get it. And baseball does have the history of cheating. So they'll just can't, and they'll find the next thing.
There'll be a new thing, right.
There's a lot of downtime in baseball. Especially if you're not pitching that day.
Or
that
a lot
of time to think.
And all you got is a bucket of seeds, a lot of chew, and nothing but time to sit there and bullshit with your friends in the dugout.
Someone has a crazy idea and let's do it.
Let's do it. I mean, that's all we did. That was half the fun in the summers.
Oh yeah.
Was doing
practical jokes.
Dicking around, getting your coach fucking popping the top, yelling at you and shit.
Getting all pissed off because
that was really good.
Playing around with sunflower seeds instead of watching the game or
what, coach? We're getting our ass kicked. What do you want me to watch this bloodbath?
We're getting 10 run. Come on, you want me to watch this? I'm done watching after.
I mean,
after Joe gave up 8.
I mean, to be fair,
I kid Joe.
I think we did get up and cheer when the opposing team hit another home run. But that, he did. It was in a wood bat league. I mean, it was a fucking.
Those guys were going to colleges. Yeah. We were juniors.
I don't even have
high school.
I don't even have fucking pubes. Like
Yeah, this guy committed to Rice, and this guy, remember, was like
D1 colleges. I'm like, do you think
Yeah,
we're getting
I was like,
to junior
okay.
college?
we were still in
We were still in high school.
sniffing varsity.
Yeah. That was like we weren't even on varsity.
No, I think we were JV. We were Actually, we were sophomores.
So we're like a couple of boys playing with some men.
Yeah, you guys throw a 95. We're like,
oh yeah,
fuck.
Jesus Christ. Anyway,
People throw that hard in real life? Holy fuck!
Okay, Cerny, pizza off. It's happening. It's gonna happen. How I need to get my footing under me. It sounds like so. I don't think I'll be ready by 4th of July.
No, I give it a couple. Give it a couple passes.
Okay.
It took me about 4 or 5 home batches.
Yeah.
Not pizzas, but like batches of cooking to figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start to communicate this inside the house to manage expectations, to not get everyone thinking they're going to have some fucking
tamp it down.
This
just prepare to be underwhelmed, and then it just builds up from there.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. Or maybe I'll try.
It's frustrating as fuck too.
Something.
And I think that was the other thing, because I had done a few, so I kind of know it. Like it's frustrating, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
As you're going through, you're trying to test it out. And Robin knew because she had, has done it with me a couple times. So she was kind of like, I knew how it was going to go.
Yeah.
She's like, I forgot how frustrating it was. And I was like, yeah, poor Joe. He didn't, this is his first time. First pain in the ass.
He's like, oh, it's going to come back and I'll just toss it in.
And I'm going to make it out. Fuck. And it's like, no, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, you live and you learn.
You
learn. Well, I've learned that, wearing a mask isn't a huge, huge deal. And getting your vaccine's great. I saw in like a bit of no-brainer news, some county in Washington, King County, 97% of all their positive COVID tests are from people that are unvaccinated.
Ooh.
And I said,
what?
I was like,
let me write that down.
I'm like, hold on. So you're telling me that if I don't want to get COVID, I just get vaccinated, and then you're not. It's not 100%. But it's pretty good.
95%? I'll take that any day of the week.
And there was an article about this that was written up in the Seattle Times or something. And I was like, isn't this known? Is this required?
You
would think, though.
The less people that are not vaccinated, the less likely you are to get it as well. The more people that are vaccinated, the less likely, it starts to spread. Possibly mutate into a new strain.
The UK variant or whatever they're dealing with over there. Mercy, man.
Although sometimes I think the people that are left non-vaccinated probably think it's a hoax to begin with.
Yeah. And for sure. And they should be thanking us vaccinated people.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping me safe.
Yeah. But no, they won't see it that way.
No, it's not seen that way. We are sheep to slaughter, Cerny. We are sheep to slaughter. Well, I'm still, you got to keep that dick and that pussy just nice and clean and fresh.
Nice and clean.
Wear your mask if it's required. Have fun. Get vaccinated. Until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.